Well, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. That means it's time for Chat with Charles, and I'm here with some Dave, dude. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Hey, man, how are you?
All right. So we've got Dave on, but let's go ahead and let's say hello to the folks in the chat here. Of course, let's see. We've got Keith H saying hello, Charles and Dave. Well, hello there, Keith. We got Steve Reeser saying good morning. Well, good morning, you. R3 Locky Nut has made an appearance saying good morning. Have a great Sunday, gentlemen. Well, appreciate that. We got Dave Chase in the chat. Big Wave Dave says Dave's rule.
Right. We kind of do.
We've got Cushman NYC saying hello to everyone. Well, good morning, Cush. And we've got all the way from Austria, Martin of L&M Guitar Corner saying hey, Charles and Dave. Well, hello there, Martin. Okay, we got my brother Puppy Badass saying hey, Charles and Dave, dude. That's one crazy guy there on that other end there.
Yeah.
And let's see, we got Wayne McConnell saying hello, dudes. Well, hello, Wayne. Good morning to you. And we got all the Daves apparently because Dastardly Dave is here. So, what's up, Dave? Let's see. And we have Ben Coombs with the greetings and salutation. And, you know, he's got to have his, it's Canadian Thanksgiving. So, you know, hot dogs and hash.
Happy Thanksgiving.
On the show, him and Trev tonight. So it'd be great.
Wizard.
Let's see. I hate it when you get notifications when you're on a stream and it's like right in the middle of your chat. It's great.
My phone's on airplane mode. Not that people call me. But, you know.
Well, that's we got Ryan Hall saying howdy, Charles 75N, my music and law brother. Well, hello there, Ryan Hall. Good morning to you.
Hey, Ryan.
Let's see. Who else is here? Eddie Fay says good morning, Charles and Dave. Well, good morning to you, Eddie Fay. And if Metalworks, Ken has made his way in this morning. Good morning on the West Coast here. Early morning for him. And we got Baloo 35. Jason is here saying, what's up, motherfuckers?
That's a good one.
And let's see. Else. Martian Murray, who is neither Martian nor Murray, but another fellow Texan. So, howdy.
Fella. Hey, fella.
And Arf has made his way in. He says, does this come with a free lunch? Well, yes, but I will caveat, there's really no such thing as a true free lunch.
I have an old donut here.
we got a donut and maybe an old crawler.
Yeah.
And we got Greasy Monkey Guitars. Hello and good morning, everyone. Good morning, you Greasy. And Bo, Guitar Man 45, has made his way in. Want to say good morning to Bo here. They just keep coming. Let's see, where are we? Papa Blue has made his way in with the hey. Well, hey, back at you. And that catches us up with the chat. So it means, Dave, that now you're in the hot seat because I got to ask the question.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Well, Brian Searching Tone just made his way in, saved you by 30 seconds. All right. So, you know, we have our standard question. The thing that everybody wants to know: how did Dave start his guitar journey?
Well, a fella down the street named Jeff Green bought a BC Rich Bitch. And it was the coolest guitar I've ever seen. This would have been 82. I was 12, and this was in Kingwood, Houston. We lived there for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so there was a big music store in Houston. It had a lot of pianos, this and that, and we drove there. And I wanted the Rich Bitch, but back then it was even $1,200, I think. So I got the NJ Series Stealth model, which is made in Japan, and I had that. It was bright red, which is I think the only color. I don't have a red guitar now at all, but a little too flashy for me. I kept it in the room for looks for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did not play it. I should have. I felt really bad, and I traded it for something around 18 years old. I'm not gonna say what I traded for, but so
let's just say priorities changed a bit.
Yeah, something this color, I think. And And I think the amount was something that they sell at McDonald's. Put it all together. So, wow, that was weird. But and then years later, I moved up to Illinois because my father got transferred, and I got married at 20 years old, the ripe old age of 20.
Oh,
so
wow.
I had a lot of time on my hands. So I started doing. Sorry if I'm blabbing off, but I started doing saltwater fish and playing guitar. Probably to just get away from the wife. Now I can't stay away from my girlfriend, but back then I guess So I had all my little things that I would do in my man cave, and I started playing again. Never really learned the proper way to play anything, but you have a guitar in your hands long enough, it will come out. I promise. Unless there's something wrong with your hands.
So, well, let me stop you there and ask the question because, okay, you've got.
But it's hard. I make it look easy, but I guess it's hard. I just don't put a lot of time into it, and I love it. I wish I did. I wish I put the time that Randy and all those fellas put into it. But that's why I can just play for a long time and not even play anybody's stuff because I don't know anybody's stuff. I never took the time out.
Well, that kind of, begs the question of, okay, so you didn't take lessons, so how did you go about figuring it out?
I guess Stevie Ray Vaughan concert videos, VHS tapes. Back in the day, I was not a good hearing person. Like, how they just slow down the record and stuff back in our days. I'll be 55 November, so just to give you a time frame there. But, it's something that I don't know. I go back to, again, it's in your hands. If you have it in your hands long enough, you're going to do something with it. I mean, I used to just, like I said, in my 20s, I would just bring my guitar and not even plug it in. I've never had an acoustic. I can't even hold that. I don't even like it. I wish I did. Hey there, Chris. Yeah, it was kind of like that, meaning the first time I got a guitar, it was because of my friend had one. Then it looked like a piece of art in my room. And then after getting rid of it, I realized I need another guitar. So here's what I did. I bought a Charvel. I guess it would be the 640 Deluxe or 460 Deluxe. I can't remember. It was blue. It had the marshmallow looking Charvel or whatever they call it, the logo. And it was humbucker single neck through. It was basically like the Japanese soloist. Mm-hmm. And I love that guitar. I had it that's the longest guitar I've ever owned. I got rid of it when I moved back to Plano after moving to Colorado for 15 years. And I moved back in 2014. So anyway, all these numbers don't mean jack, but I kept it for that long. And I'm one of those people that unfortunately bring my crap to Guitar Center, which I know I take a hit, but it's convenient for me, man. And I get to play some stuff. But usually I have them send it to them, and if I don't like it, I don't leave with it. So I'll send it, kind of like Steve from Boston does. Or did. I don't know what he does now with his Mondays. I've always wanted to go, hey, man, where are you getting all these guitars, man? But I think I have an idea. I think one of his friends. I
think when you get to a certain channel size, it becomes a lot easier.
Well, I know he's not purchasing them and reselling them and or keeping them. I guess But right on to him, man. I watched him from the beginning, Pixie Licks.
Yeah.
I guess that would be the next thing you'd ask me, right? Like as far as community. But anyway, so I kept that Charvel for a long time. I love the neck, but I still didn't like painted necks, dude. Every neck I have, I strip the back, or I don't buy it, with the painted back. But I learned on a painted back of the neck guitar. So, and I only had that one for many years. Then I started like when YouTube and all these other people with guitars hanging everywhere in the background. I started collecting. I think I got up to 12 when I lived out in Florida. And then when a fella loses his job, I got rid of some of them. And then my next one was in 2021 when I moved back from Florida. I went to the Sanctuary, which is in McKinney. And, you know what the Sanctuary is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Timmons and his friend, basically. And if you've watched Andy Timmons and stuff like that, and or if you've watched In the Blues, he did a recent show. He was in McKinney, about that guitar store. And I bought, because I had money when I sold my house in Florida, I bought a $4,500 custom shop Hendrix reverse necks, all that stuff. But anyway, after living for a while without a job, I kind of used up everything, and I got rid of it for money again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that's here saying hello. So
yeah. Oh, hey, look at those fingers, man. I bet you girls love them. So anyway, yeah, I have the 4 guitars I have right now. That's what I have, and I've had them for a couple of years now, and I don't plan on getting rid of them. So, and one of them I'm still paying on a firm.
See, I could never pay, and
I know.
$4,500 for a guitar. I get it. You're getting.
Oh, I don't have that anymore.
No, you're getting this awesome guitar. I just couldn't bring myself to spend that kind of money.
I loved it, but it's a guitar. I know somebody's going to go, "What the?" But I had to live, So
yeah, in the end, it's
weird. And when I find it. It just took me a while to find it. I mean, I work from home and I deal with stuff.
So, we've been talking. We talked a little bit yesterday. We talked in the green room this morning.
Yeah,
and you have a really varied kind of music interest. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, I mean, like we all like Kiss. I mean, growing up, I remember, out there in the hose with water, playing like it was dripping blood, like, Gene would do. And that's like 5 years old and shit. So my sister's 4 years older than me, and I used to steal a lot of 8-track. And I started getting into AC/DC, all this stuff like that. But into my teens, I don't know if you remember this, Charles, and I didn't ask last night or anything, I don't think, but Z-Rock. Z-Rock is a channel that came around.
Yeah, heavy metal kind of channel, right?
Correct. It was first on A&M, Z-Rock. I think their logo and stuff was like a Zorro Z-Rock, and then their mascot was a shark, like a Jabba Jaw, like that shark. It was pretty cool anyway. So they played a lot of stuff that you would never hear, ever, at all. I mean, yes, they play Anthrax, Metallica, and all that stuff, but they would also play like Fate's Warning, King Diamond, Merciful Fate, a lot of stuff that you would never get anywhere unless you just liked record stores and go for the underground stuff. I don't know. I didn't, I couldn't even drive at the time.
Well, DC Rich 581 saying Z-Rock Austin in the 90s came back on a rebroadcast PA.
Okay, so in Dallas area, it was there when Metallica came out, like 82, some of their first demo tapes or whatnot. I remember that. But yeah, dude, it was our channel, man. And you can imagine, Charles, being up in Plano and Dallas area, Greenville Avenue, and that goes all the way to the, the clubhouse, the Abbott's Club, Daryl, Diamond. So we were all in the same group. We all had long hair. We all had our jean jackets, all that stuff, man. And yeah, dude, that's how I grew up. But then around that time that I got that blue guitar, that Charvel, that kind of music wasn't there. So I started listening to the blues and stuff, more different, because I started getting tired of, some of the stuff I was listening to, because I listened to it a lot. I think my first, I guess Van Halen people would love this, but my first concert was 1984, the 1984 album, Van Halen. And that was in Houston at the Summit. And that was with that guy, Jeff Green, that got me that guitar. And also my mother picked us up, and we were trying not to seem like something was wrong with us in the back seat of the Cadillac. It was pretty funny. God bless her. She was a real estate agent, but we were in that big Cadillac Fleetwood going, oh my God. So no, it was fun. And then my second one was also there, which was Iron Maiden, and it was Power Slave. Mm-hmm. And then I moved back to Dallas. But then that's more of Z-Rock again. And then we started going to like Merciful Fate concerts and all that stuff. But Fate's Warning, dude, I learned to really like them. And I have all their stuff. Actually, I do my walking exercise around here, not in here, but outside with that shit playing. So I like it. But
There you go. Well, good morning, Bonkers. I'm glad to have you on your way in.
I feel bonkers.
Well, okay. So
That's a lot.
one of the things that we talk about, you don't really learn like other songs. You like to create your own stuff.
It's probably because I only can. I don't think I have the ability to sit and learn something else because that person put a lot of passion into that, and it's hard to get that passion to play somebody else's passion. I guess I don't know, but I think I take the easy way out, and I just can't do it. But yet I can sound like I can. So I play just a lot of stuff up and down the neck, right? And I don't know if it's C, D, G, whatever. I know what a C looks like, but what is that? I don't know that. So a lot of the stuff I play, I think would be bar chords with a lot of scaling underneath it, I guess.
Okay.
And, speaking of something that I got recently that's helped me a lot, and Jay is going to kill me, well, if he watches this, but it's a Keysel. And it is a 7-string. It's a Swamp Ash. I had to put a certain type of plate on the back because, dude, this did not stay in tune like Jay said they don't, or somebody else. I don't know, but I love this thing. It's just it's awesome. So anyway, I've learned a lot about different tones and stuff or whatnot with that. First I'm like, oh wow, I have to skip this top string to play just about everything I play. Mm-hmm. And that got me playing, and I'm just, I guess, realizing this internally here, but that got me to be able to pick in between strings a little bit better. Yeah. Because I kept hitting that, well, I have it as B right now, but, I kept hitting that first string. And that's what I'm paying a firm still. But, dude, I got it as a killer deal. It was used. I've never bought a new guitar ever, to tell you this. Oh, no, except that $4,500 from Sanctuary, but I sure don't have a new one now. But I like them, beaten in. And this is the lightest guitar I've ever owned. This is a PJD.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's a PJD, and it is so light. Now, it wasn't. It is the custom one. The 2 knobs that shows it's a custom one, and it was a little bit relict, and it's, dude, I had a bunch of these one night, and I woke up and it looked like this. So there you go. But I like it. It doesn't matter. I'll always have that thing. It feels great in my hands. It's very light. I swear it must be, I'm not kidding you, 5.5 pounds. I would love to weigh it. I guess I could, but I'd have to stand on it and do some calculations on my, but anyway. So that takes care of 2 guitars.
What is it? Okay, but this guitar you were showing us.
Yeah.
It's
an English guitar, huh?
The PJG you were showing us. What is the guitar you love?
The fat neck, like a baseball. It is a telly style. I do like the lightness, not because I'm on stages or anything, but dude, just maneuvering it. Just maneuvering it around, and I can't remember what wood it is. I said it one time, I think on a channel one time, but it is a unique type of wood. I don't know what it is. Very simple. It has, God, I wish I did some research on this before this, but it has a certain kind of variable, like little switching that I can do to make it sound like a Seymour Duncan pickup or a, different types of, for lack of words, different pickups, different styles of pickups. So that's pretty cool.
So it allows you to change the sound of that pickup.
Correct. And it's got little switches, almost like the old motherboards had. Remember the little, what did we call those? Doppel, or anyway, those kind of switches. You have to get like a tiny little beep. And yeah, but it is cool. It's very versatile. One pickup, you know what they always say, the vibration doesn't hit a middle pickup. So I think Phil X said that. I don't know if somebody said that. But,
so there, Ben and you are
dip switches, dipstick. You should have said dip switches, dipstick. But yeah, that's exactly what they are. Dip switches.
All right, so dip switches. All right, I'm just it's something new for me. It's not something I'm familiar with at all.
Yeah. I mean, I could show you one time, but I just have 2 screws to unscrew. But it's pretty cool. It's not like a huge, like, oh my god, this is. But it says what it says. It's basically soldered on top of a pot, and it's got the dip switches in it. It's like a tiny little.
Eddie Faye is asking, this is a good question. Is some Dave dude equal Dashiell Dave or Dave Chase or some other Dave? No, he does equal some other Dave.
I was around before those.
Dave Douglas
Yeah.
from time to time, but he's pretty much been some Dave dude.
No, that started back in the BLS forums, dude. Back in I'm sorry. I guess in the 90s, middle 90s. Yeah. So, I was in there a lot as some Dave dude. And actually, on Reverb Nation, I was some Dave dude. And that has some little, I guess, a portfolio of what I could do back then on a guitar without even knowing what the hell I'm playing. So.
And here he is on.
Oh, God. Let's see. I used to have some very, very long hair. Maybe not as long as some of the cats we know, but it was a lot, dude. And that is not like primped up or anything. It's just. But that was me back then. Yeah, and I lived in Colorado, and I lived in Parker at the time. And my names in the chat.
Well, I put the link in the chat here so folks want to check it out and listen.
Oh, God. So this was done on Riff Tracks, Sonoma software. It was just something that I didn't even want to pay. I had the demo, so I could only make under 2-minute songs real quick. And I did all those, I think, during the holidays when my ex-wife was home or something, and I had the place all to myself. And I made those, and I have not gotten that artistic again. But I want to. I have so much stuff now. And I just don't do it, man. So, boo on me that I don't get creative again, because I do have some creative juices. Obviously, if I don't know if I don't know what I'm playing, but yet I can play like I sound like I know what I'm playing, then there has to be some kind of creativity in there. I guess I'm a very good improviser.
Mm-hmm.
Like fake it till you make it type shit, and I wouldn't suggest that in a lot of parts of your life, but guitar playing I think is. And as long as you say it before you play it, you know what I mean? So that's why Randy and them, hats off. But I'm sure I could fake it for a while. And, if they had to play only their stuff, not somebody else's, I don't know what that would be like. But
and I think
I wish I could play somebody else's, dude. Listen to this, I mean, like, I'm sure that gets a rush that I don't know about. Yes, I can play AC/DC. Yes, I can play Black Sabbath and Rainbow and all that stuff, but not full songs, just little things that are stuck in my head. But majority, like I was telling you,
Ben Cruz is definitely agreeing with you. He said he's been faking it for 36 years.
That's why I love him the most. Oh, and did I say that out loud? Hey,
Eddie Faye says, well, as far as adulting goes, fake it till you make it applies.
See, I'm faking this beard. I want to be like Trev. This is really glued on. True that? Oh, one of these are fake, I think.
Here you go. Well,
I'm a big faker.
But the thing, I think the idea all goes back to it. And the thing that I've heard from the OU812 folks and all these guys that play really well, it's really about you enjoying that guitar. That's why we all do.
Yeah, they enjoy it a different way for sure. I like looking at them. I like modifying them. I cannot not mess with a guitar. I don't know why. And then I don't know. I don't even look at the guitar I play. I don't look at the neck. I don't look at anything. It's all feel. Like that Jimi Hendrix I was playing you last night. That sounds like him, but it's not his song. It's just in the style of Jimi Hendrix. And I grew up a lot listening Bold as Love. My sister, I stole that 8-track I was talking about earlier, and not that one, but I stole many of 8-tracks from her. And thankful to her. And I mean, now she just listens to worship music, but I still listen to the same stuff. You know what I mean? So, but
yeah. Well, yeah. I tell you what, let us. Since you brought up that Hendrix track,
no,
you ready?
You better not be taping our conversation last night either. I was cute.
It's all not recorded.
I just can do that all day long. I don't even, and that was on, I don't have
a big kick out of it. I got a big kick.
Well, I like when you were looking at that website that I put some stuff on many years ago, there was that Villain's Demise, and that thing was crazy because all that stuff is just a guitar noise, and it's all kinds of weird noises, but it's all me, and then like a drum loop that the actual Riffworks had on there, and basically I would just play that and go, what can I make up? And I'm sure a lot was delete, but I came out with some really cool stuff. I came out with something that sounded like I broke my string, and there was a forum that we all put our stuff on, and that like won like, ooh, this is cool for a week type shit, yeah. Right? But it's called Bent or something bent out of. But anyway, somehow I just was able to bang, and it came out to be really cool. And back then we didn't have it was what is that, Windows NT? I think I got for my work, and it wasn't the stuff that you could do today or anything like that. Like I guess there's AI stuff. I know that I know 12 Fingers there talks about it, but no, I've never done anything like that to my stuff.
Well, that's it's kind of a good transition there.
I'm raw when I play it.
What are you trying to do with the music that you're playing? What are you after?
I'll just be the coolest dude on the block. No, I'm just kidding. What I'm after is, I don't know, something that I can be proud of, and then I would show to others, not for recognition, just to be doing something within the community as the ones that we watch, kind of, hey, I might not know how to dance, but if I'm in a dance hall and everybody's freaking dancing, I think I'll probably get up and start dancing no matter what I'm doing. So I just want to kind of fit in, I guess. Not, I'm not like, but you know what I mean. It probably feels good when somebody goes, man, that was great, and those cats they get it all the time, even for me, and money. I don't know why, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. No offense. Why did I look at the mic? I meant no offense.
No, the interesting thing was last night where when you and I were talking.
Yeah.
I can kind of do this Hendrix thing and blah blah blah. I'll send you a clip.
Well,
and
yeah.
It was. And then
2 seconds and put the phone down. It was from my phone.
Yeah, and it was just really kind of cool. It got to put a smile on my face.
Really? I showed you the wall. That wall is awesome. I used to. Yeah.
Well, and it was like, I was like, I have to find a way to be able to play this. So I hooked my phone up to the Roadcaster so I could play it from the phone.
Roadcaster.
And and I get it. You don't really care for the Roadcaster setup. You're going a different way. Did you want to talk about your setup a little bit?
Well, we have the same Alienware computer. I've got 8-inch RCF studio monitors. I've got a giant. That's why my Logitech's up here. Otherwise, it would be on my laptop, but I'm sitting where I play guitar. I've got the SSL 12. I just kind of wanted. Like, when you get older, guys, you kind of start dumbing down things to make it more simpler. I don't know why. I used to be very gadgety and all this shit. And I just thought, I want something that works and that I could throw on the ground and no screen that I have to look at. I just, toggles, buttons and shit. So it basically looks like that.
There you go.
And it works, man. It works.
And I think I get that, though, because when I was younger, I was much more tech driven, and I had to, try all the new stuff, and I had to figure out how everything works. Now I just want it to work, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to learn something every 2 years or in order just to do something simple. And so I get that. Less options, something that's just kind of straightforward. That makes sense to me, too.
Yeah, I mean, and like they don't always put out different versions, updates. I mean, you know what I mean? It's and going back to what I was going to say, in that other room, which I'm trying to make really cool, I've got all of my amps and whatnot. And basically, I'm out in the living room entry of my little apartment. And I did that because this is where I work, basically. And I needed more light. And I liked it out here.
Bo is chiming in. He says this downsize thing is not an option here for sure.
Well, I mean, just wait till, yeah. I'm a very humble person, but yeah, just wait till a little bit and then I'll start showing some shit off. But it won't be in this apartment. This apartment is I come to work. So.
Yeah.
This is my work. This is my office, folks. But I've got a bed in there, another bathroom, and then yeah, no big deal. You know where I'm at. I'm basically off of Bagby and Woodway, Texas.
There you go. And so Martin is he's going to drop out for dinner, and he's going to watch the rest on replay. You have a great day, Martin, and happy Thanksgiving to the Canucks, he says.
Yes.
And Ben is saying downsizing isn't an option for him.
Do they go, is that what they do? On that's an old strange brew. Only Ben will know that or something.
So are you so now with your kind of plans for the future and where you want guitar to go, are you looking at getting back into recording things? Or are you looking just to have fun? Where do you want to take guitar journey of yours?
Well, I do want to learn. So I ordered a couple of DVDs. I wanted to learn blues properly so I can sit out on a at the farm. I do want to go to acoustic. I want to be able to just to grab, and it goes to like even easier. No amp, no nothing, just grab it. And of course, the Taylor I can't afford, so I figure, well, let me learn some stuff. Somehow I just play blues on accident. I don't rarely listen to. I mean, I listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan, but for me, it just sounds like fast rock and what do we call it? Texas blues. It's a little bit different. But then when I got older, I realized, oh, this is blues. This is the chords of blues. But it's just how he played it, and I think his heavy attack and his thick strings and all that really weighed in on his sound. But I like the Three Kings through him. So basically, I listened to those three cats, the Three Kings, you know what I mean, and then him, and then Joe Bonamassa. I went through a huge phase of his back when I used to do Pirate Bay stuff, which I don't anymore because I don't even have a private DNS or whatever, so I can't because of my work. But anyway, yeah, I somehow come off playing the blues. So I guess what you do is you gravitate towards something you can play easily.
Right.
Like if I sat there and tried to play Dawkins, yes, I can play that, but I don't know what they're doing, and I have to look and tablature, and even tablature makes my mind hurt, and that's probably the easiest one. But yeah, no, I guess I'm a lazy guitar player. Hate me or not, but again, just have it in your hands. Have it in your hands a lot. The more you have it in your hands, the more shit comes out.
Well, see, I don't like that because really, it really comes down to it. What we're trying to do is have a good time.
Yeah, I used to play jingles watching TV, and like that's the stuff that I would just sit there and play, along with whatnot, whatever's on. So kind of,
Mm-hmm. And Ben says when he got into the blues in high school, he ended up going way back to Robert Johnson and his box set.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think we've all got that, at least that one Robert Johnson CD, right?
Oh yeah, no, I've got them all too. The last concert I ever went to was him in Florida before I moved back. It was like in a theater. It was really cool. I was front row right, but it was so far to the right, But anyway, it was good. I have a fond memory of that. Yeah, he's badass. I've tried to play Cliffs of Dover. I was like, no. Oh, I'm a huge Buckethead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Brian Carroll, yeah. I started listening to him, I want to say, in Colorado. I caught him at a Boulder theater. Like, what is this? Buckethead. And the dude just happened to be unloading in the back, and we talked a little bit. The guy, I'm not tall. I'm 6'2", but compared to him, he was like that. I was like, man, And he didn't have his bucket on, but he had a mask and so I still didn't get to see, but we all know he doesn't show his face now. So, but that was my first introduction to him. It was just one of those things. Well, let's just pay for, $15 to get in. It was a small little theater with a bar. I think it's called the Boulder Theater. And I just happened to be living there. And my ex-wife did not want to stay long, but I said, well, fine, go shop. I'll be here, So it was an eye opener what he could do with his fingers. But it all seemed improv, and I loved it. And I just listened to everything he has. I like Coma. Coma is one of his albums that, you could play with your grandmother in the car. Seriously. Yeah. So I like the range of what he's got. He's got some old stuff. Death Cube X, I think it's called, or Death. He's got a lot of weird old bands that most people don't know about. And I have all of his weird DVDs and all of his horror things. And I just went down a rabbit hole of Brian Carroll. Bucket.
Sure.
He's just Big B to me. But, Anyway, I don't know him personally, but I've talked to him a couple times. And he don't say much, but so that's not a joke, Brian.
No, well, and I think earlier you were talking about Eric Johnson rather than Robert Johnson, though, right?
Eric Johnson.
Because
I was talking about Eric Johnson, but Robert Johnson. Because you heard me say Cliffs of Dover. I realized that after that. I didn't know who Robert was until I started getting more into blues on my YouTube music place. And obviously he came up and I looked him up. And I mean, he was one of those first cats, right? What, something die on a railroad track or something? I mean, I think he's something to do with Crossroads.
Oh, yeah. He's where the Crossroads story comes from.
Yeah, no, I'm a sponge. I'll absorb anything and remember it, but I try not to put myself. I mean, I only have a certain amount of
space. But I think it's funny though. Anyone that ever listens to blues, if we all end up with that first Robert Johnson with the first Robert Johnson CD, right? We all end up with that one with the recordings on it.
Yeah, I couldn't name you a song because I don't remember Stevie Ray Vaughan liking him. He liked the
Stevie was used to love playing with Albert King.
Yes, that's the Albert. That's the King I'm thinking of. With the Gibson Flying V, I think it was reversed. I can't remember. I think he did play it reverse, so things were upside down, just like Jimi Hendrix. But yeah, I have his CD out in my car. I actually have a CD player in my car still. It's in the glove box though. It's inside the glove box.
Really?
It's not the ones that you install. Well, I mean, I have like a newer Volkswagen Atlas, but it had that in there. I was like, wow. I didn't, because I play stuff through my phone in what is that, Android Auto. Yeah. So when I found it, that was just going through stuff for like, I think at a Goodyear, I was like, that's a fucking CD player in there. So anyway, but that album's actually in there, the one that has his greatest hits.
See, ARF had the Robert Johnson single album, 30 songs on it. Yep.
Yeah, and there I looked at Johnson. I thought Eric, but Eric, he's a fellow Texan, bruh.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what do you have you been working on anything new lately?
No, just trying to get all kind of software and whatnot. I have been working on my so this is my favorite guitar. This is a Holly. Yes, Buddy Holly, but it's not Buddy Holly. But it's a Japanese 1974 guitar that they were trying to emulate. Now, I've changed the pickups to lace sensors, the custom by Jeff. But anyway, so yeah, dude, this is my favorite. And look how they did the back. The spring is actually screwed into the base, not the wall here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's different.
That's how they did it. Now, I've added a couple more springs because I use heavy strings, just like what's his face. But yeah, no, this is my favorite guitar. So and then
what makes this one your favorite though?
The sound, the feel. Of course, the neck is actually it had lacquer in it, but I've rubbed it off. I played this more than. Oh, am I screaming? I'm getting excited and stuff. Anyway. I feel a lot better than a while ago, you know. So it's just, I love it. I think the sound, the ease. I thought it was going to sound very weird when I replaced the old 70s little toy pickup stuff. I mean, I swear the pot was like no bigger than your pinky nail. It was weird. And it was stock and everything. Now, these were cheapos. So these still run, you could get them maybe $300-400 on eBay. I think I bought mine for $200 sent from Japan. They were only sold in Japan. So I love it. It's cheapo and I love it. And then let me get the other one and then slyly slip over to the fridge and grab a beer. And then,
well, hello there, Dan Gorman.
This guitar, this is my other favorite. I guess I like them all, but this is what it is. But I made it a little bit different. So
see, we could be friends now. You have a Telecaster.
Oh no, I used to think Telecasters were for the type of music I didn't listen to. Yes, I don't listen to country, and I'm from Texas. But anyway, so I fell in love with this guitar. It's it is a reissue, and it's a 52 reissue. You know, I'm sure it cost me $1,400 or more used. I took the back off, but I made it look very kind of natural.
That seems to be a thing for you.
Oh no, I need that. I don't know why, because I play like this with my thumb, like classical. Mm-hmm. I can't do this, and your thumb will hang, and I grab stuff tight because I have a Phil X right hand. I don't know. I guess the angst when I was a kid, when I first started not knowing what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know how to play. I guess it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, I'm sure most people can't transcribe their own music, but dude, I'm way below that level. Like Steve Vai, I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, people don't run out of my apartment when I play or when somebody visits, so I guess I'm okay. But no, I like this too, but this is the thinnest little neck up here. It's weird, but I like it. Oh, so anyway, the fella that had this before me told me that he cracked the original neck and he put on, see that? If I get up closer. Basically, it's a fender replacement neck from the factory. If you break your neck, back in the day, you could say, and this is a 2014 reissued model. So, oh no, I'm sorry, 1999. Sorry, wrong guitar. 1999 model. But the guy broke his neck, I guess, and he replaced it with this. Now you can buy the replacement necks, but that right here is underneath here, inside the neck thing. So you'll know this is prior to 2001, I believe. They stopped doing that. But anyway, I love the neck, and it's got all the, where it's just got the non Phillips. It's just the flathead screws. Everything's cool. But this has also got. So do you recognize what that is? It doesn't say Telecaster. This is the no-caster look. So the guy made it look like no-caster, which was, I think, 1951. There's something about where they didn't put Telecaster on there for a reason. Some audio.
Well, they didn't
video company
they kind of went back and forth. There was no-caster, and then there was just whatever for
the no-caster. I think was only for a year. I think. But yeah, man. And then my amps in the other room, they're all solid state amps. I don't have a tube amp at all. I have a high watt and I have a carbon, and they are just huge and nothing in them. This is a huge and very light. And then on top of that, I have I used to have a lot of Canadian equipment that I sold recently, and I did actually not sell that at Guitar Center. I sold that to a collector. I like that kind of stuff, but now, man, just let me roll, plug in and play.
And I always rely on Ben for my Telecaster information. It was the no-caster was after they dropped the broadcaster name, before they added the Tele name.
Let me look all that up.
Decals.
Thanks, Ben.
There you go.
Nice, man.
Arf says, look good, feel good, sound good, in that order, but you still need to make all three.
Yeah, I did have a Carvin Legacy like Steve Vai tube amp once a long time ago, and that was in coordination with that Charvel I was speaking about earlier.
Bruce says, no tube amp, Dave, you're fired. Just kidding.
You're fired. Billy or Bobby, you're fired. Wait, that would be his father firing his son. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, as far as what I want to do today, Charles, I know I don't want some kind of fancy schmancy YouTube channel anymore. I don't have any other social media. I think the last one I had was X, and I was getting tired of doing all that. So I don't have any social media. I do have my YouTube channel. I've been changing it a lot just because I'm bored. But I use that more for watching videos, ad-free. I do the premium. But I do want to make some music without my face or anything on it. Maybe put images and stuff and then record some stuff. Kind of like I used to in the old days. Just some trippy shit, man. Some kind of build-up. I realize if I can make 1 minute sound like a full evolution of a song in 1 minute, then I can do something for a full song. I just need, time and want to. And it's like, am I doing this to be cool out in the world, or why am I doing this? And if I love it, I'll just do it. And I like creating. I guess it's like somebody that draws, but you have to know when to stop drawing, There's, those people that keep drawing it, like underneath 5 minutes ago was the best picture, but you kept fucking with it. So yeah, I think I kind of used to do that. I think I'm at a time now where I'm a little bit chiller. I know I don't sound like it. Squirrel and stuff, but I think it's just because I know I'm being taped or something. Yeah, man, that's about it. Nothing crazy. Not to make money. I don't need anything like that. Now, you on the other hand, how's your business going? And this is not a plug. I wanted to ask you last night, but I forgot.
I've got plenty of projects on the bench. And so
all guitar projects, is that your rap? I mean, you're fabricating.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever thought about a concert?
Fabric tops on the bench. We're doing one for Charles Green, and I've got a couple others that are involved in parts of trades and stuff like that. So I've got 5 projects that are kind of lined up.
I might do this one. I would totally take the top off paint wise, and then just drive over, because you're probably like 15 minutes from me, but I drive over but
oh yeah, we could certainly do that.
Yeah, and you could keep it for what? Well, I don't know. That is my favorite guitar. So yeah, we'll just talk later, maybe. Not today or anything. You know what I mean? Like maybe next year, early next year, and see how you're doing. I just throw you the body with nothing, everything out of it. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because obviously
it'd be a fun project.
Oh.
Arf says he's not professional enough to sit himself down and set times to play. I just need to feel it. I get that.
I guess that's what drives me to it. Making noise.
Noise, yeah, for sure.
I think it's the angst in me still, just make some noise. But then it turns out to be like, wow, I sound like I know what I'm doing. So I kept doing it. Otherwise, I would have given up. I don't stick around just because, this is cool. No, there's something there, and that's why I keep doing it. And obviously, there's times in my life where I've put more money into it, but it seems like now, and I know I have a PJD and some other stuff, but I have put more time than money into it this time. So I think it's a little bit better. And you know how sometimes you're, well, at least for me, your hobbies come and go depending on what's going on in your life, especially something like this. Now, I did saltwater fish reef tanks for 30 years. I'd never do that again, ever. I've done it, been there. I've stared at it. I've dealt with everything, nitrifying bacteria, all that shit. I mean, it's just like a whole. And in Florida, I've done some caregiving, taking care of some stuff, and that was cool too.
Bruce says you do have some cool guitars.
Well, thank you. They're mine. I mean, they're me, I guess. The Kiesel, most people wouldn't be like, oh, that's a Kiesel. So I did buy it used, but I liked it because you could barely see the Kiesel. I like it because it's a Stratocaster style, and it's swamp ash, and it's green, and I just like it. It's not too flashy. This looks like you could play blues, rock, and whatever, but not necessarily heavy metal. Now, I can play heavy metal, but I just guess I'm not that good at it to where it just sounds like a faster Sabbath over and over. And I'm like, well, that's not fun for me, at least. So that's why I mess with all that. But that's why I mess a lot with just picking and stuff. And I don't know how to play country. I don't want to know, but I bet you.
Now, is that something you want to work on with the heavy metal? Because I know you're kind of a heavy metal guy in terms of what you like to listen to.
Well, that's what's funny. All my concerts in the past, besides Eric Johnson and Buckethead's kind of heavy metal. I've always been distortion. I actually even play like bluesy stuff with distortion in the other room, but it sounds different because it's not warm and it's tubeless. And it's pretty cool, man. But I have a looper, and I just do some stuff, and then I play that Jimi Hendrix stuff over it. And that's what I've been digging on. Like, yeah, I don't know how to play a song from him, but it sure does sound, the same cut of him. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Nothing like him. I'm just saying, that comes out natural. So that's what I said earlier. Anything that I can play naturally that sounds good, I'm sticking with that, and that's what I have been. So, so I guess. But how do I make those kind of old songs sound relevant today? Not to be bought or sold or whatnot, but not to be ridiculed either. So So I don't know. That's why I might just go back to creepy metal stuff like that website you showed earlier. I mean, that was me in my I was 33, 34. I think I was 34. So, but I'm 55 this November, so totally different.
There you go.
Yeah, so that stuff is kind of metal, but not metal. But what are you going to do in 32 seconds? I had to come up with something that sounded like an intro, something in the middle, and then obviously there's no. I play better than I used to. Like I play better than that, and I had no idea of solo structuring or anything. So I was just playing at the top of the neck all the time, or sorry, at the bottom of the neck.
Well, so Matt says just tune to drop Z and it all sounds like modern metal.
Yeah, sludge metal. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah, the most doom metal I like would be I think what's his face likes it too, but Down and stuff like that. But no, I think I play the Hendrix stuff for fun, and then I'll create something more distortion metally, I guess, especially now that I got a 7-string. But again, like I say, I play blues on a 7-string. It's just bizarre. And the way it feels and thick and it's wider, I like it. But, that would be weird if you had a 6-string that wide of a neck, but the strings were really wide.
Really close. Yeah, they'd be way too close together.
Yeah, or really apart if you had 6 strings on here. But I like it, and it's a challenge, and that's why I haven't traded it off or anything. Plus, you never want to trade something off you haven't paid off. So,
well, yeah, and honestly, it gives you a chance to try something new, right?
Yeah,
and to work on something new.
And I love the way it looked. It looked, it doesn't look out of place. Like my first guitar, the red NJ Series Stealth BC Ridge. Yeah, that was a trip. Yeah, all I played on that was 2 minutes to midnight because that friend taught me that, and then some other stuff, and that just wasn't enough for me to, So it was a piece of art in my room for many years.
You gotta love it. Let's see. So what does the rest of your day look like in terms of what shows you're going to watch on YouTube? Who are some of the other YouTube creators that you enjoy watching?
I'll listen to Ola. He's got something every Sunday for me. Mondays I'll watch and listen to Steve Pixie Licks from Boston. Whatever.
Yeah, Steve from Boston. Yeah.
Monday's guitar. I still watch TTK. That's another one that I started when he was in that small little room basement in his other house. So I'll watch him. Sometimes I'll watch his old stuff just for nostalgia. I don't know. On in the background. Lewis is cool. It's just somehow how he speaks or something I like. But he's knowledgeable. And he's, in IT like me. But so I watch yours, of course, especially the one that you and the fella does the album covers. That's pretty funny.
Dan Coombe show on bad album covers on Monday night.
Yeah, it gets my comment brain going. It almost looks like I have them all ready, but I'm a really good improviser. I guess that goes along with fake it till you make it, but I'm an improviser. Yeah. Anyway, with that kind of stuff, and I feed off of stress. It gets me excited. I guess all those years at that one company I mentioned earlier, but not with you. Yeah. And that really was action packed, like NASA Center Ops type stuff. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, anything that keeps me excited, I continue to do. Which is I don't know anybody at all.
I love this because Bo's taking it back to your comments on the Tone King. He says, "Yeah, I think the Tone King has a lot of gear."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. I remember when he was showing little combo amps, and then he had a couple heads and stuff. And he had the head. Actually, when I bought my Steve Vai Carvin head, he had it. I think he had one, and I like buying heads and then just figure out what kind of cabinet I want to put it in. Like I used to have heads, not even a cabinet, so I would switch the heads, and I think heads are pretty cool. But there was a time where I was into combos too, when I started downgrading where I would work or whatnot. But where I sleep most of the time, there's not a guitar or anything in that place. So I want an acoustic guitar, dude. So that's one of my future goals, to learn on that. And I can't improvise as good as well. No, wait a minute. I don't need a bunch of distortion to actually hide what I'm playing. I don't do that. And no offense to anybody that does, and that is part of faking it till you make it. But I like to hear my mistakes. And to me, they're not mistakes because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? So, sorry for all the F-bombs, children.
Well, you know what they say. If you play a mistake more than once, you did it on purpose.
But you can, like I said, I still don't know. Like the cat that's in Canada, that's from England, obviously, his voice or whatever, or his accent, that dude with 20 finger guys, that guy, the other guy. Yeah. So I love that. I mean, I have knowledge in other areas like that. I don't have it in this. But I like the fact that he can think what to put there, but I have to do trial and error until I figure out what it is. Mm-hmm. And, it's just, I don't even look at the neck. I don't have to. I just make so many mistakes to where, and I can repeat my mistake. If it's not a mistake to me, it's actually something that sounds good. So I just keep doing it. And then if somebody said, you're playing a blah, 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 Jillian, Phrygian, whatever the terms are, I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't know I was doing that, but it sounded good to me, so I kept playing it. So that's coming from a blabbering idiot, but
I think
makes sense to me.
I think that's like anything that, while you're figuring out how to get there, that is part of it. You play, okay, that didn't sound good, but okay, what does it sound like in the next spot, in the next spot, in the next spot?
Yeah.
You find what you're looking for. Right.
Sometimes and I find myself going out of the box. Pardon the pun, but there is a box I play in, and I guess it would be the pentatonic box, but I don't follow that exactly. Rico, and so you eventually end up with something to fill in that space, and luckily, like I said, when I make stuff up, I can't remember it the next day. But again, I feel like I've improved somehow, even though I can't, you know what I mean? So if I stretch from, 4 frets to 6 all of a sudden, it's a whole different game. So I've started to use my pinky a lot. And I think I showed that. There was one time I played over Q's thing, and I didn't like the fact that I was playing over him. It felt like I was being an asshole, but I really wasn't. I was just going, hey, dude, I can play. And I put it out there for a short time. I think he saw it. I think I sent it to him. But that's what I can do, just out of the blue. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to play along with whatever they're playing. I don't even have the backing track that what they're doing. So I think it's an ear tuning, but it's not, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I think it's from me just watching horror flicks or playing. I
guess it goes to that thing that you like to do. You like to
kind of watching golf. So
yeah, I think it goes back to that thing that you said you like to do. You like to experiment with things and kind of create a riff. Okay, can I make something that goes with this?
But if you could also play and not even listen, like I say, I just go along like it's exercising. Like I wake up and walk around the block, or it's like exercising. Just keep exercising. And, and my hands hurt from doing computer shit all day. And I'm not trying to say this is why I don't play awesome, but I'm just saying it. 55 years old. I mean, luckily I don't have big swollen knuckles, but and I have exactly Satriani's hand print. Like, remember those 10s that we could buy back in the day?
Yeah.
I bought one, and I think it was on eBay a long time ago, and my hand fit exactly in him. In him. God damn. I fit my hand in him. No, my print fit exactly into his palm, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I can do this. And then I got a Steve Vai one, and that was like that longer. Each finger was that much longer. And I'm just the same height as him. So it's all weird about how your hands are. Luckily, my palm is tall or long or whatever, but it fits perfectly under. And that's why I like those baseball bat necks.
There you go.
That was a very long way to get to that.
I want to thank you for coming on, being a guest. You've been a great guest today.
My pleasure.
We have burned through our time. Believe it or not.
Mr. Bluemont said the hour would go by fast, and it sure did.
In our chat, Arf was asking if Ben has a show tonight, and Arf, he does. He is going to be with Trev with Hot Dogs and Hash Thanksgiving edition tonight.
Yeah.
And there's his thumbnail. So we're going to go ahead and get out of the way. I don't know if Laz is put up a show yet, or if he's going to have one today, but we like to get out of the way because Laz is a long time ago. Laz moved his show an hour and a half, not hour and a half, a half hour later, so that we could do this time slot with originally Guitar Safari and now chatting with Charles. And so I don't like to step on his toes at all. And I want to thank everyone for being here today. Dave, thanks for being a great guest.
It's a privilege. Thank you for reaching out and asking. Thank you.
Ben saying that he's going to go ahead and try to smoke a 2.5 gram joint to raise money for StreamYard. Okay. And Brian wants us to know he loves corned beef and hash. But everybody go on, watch the other shows. Join Ben and Trev later tonight. Check out all our other friends on YouTube during the day. And have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, so talk to everybody soon, and you stay on. I'll be right back with you here.
Yes, sir.
All right.